subscribe to it, or tell her not to. You know. My name's Silas Haley. A little bit about me. Dating a single mom. She got 2 kids, 2 boys. Father's not in the picture. You can tell. You can kind of tell. They're a little soft. They are a little soft. Fire alarm went off in our apartment the other day. They're both looking up at me. They're like, I'm looking down at them like, what? I'm not your daddy. I was like, okay, all right, calm down, Silas. You're being a little bit hard on me. I was like, come here. Now I know your mom keeps telling you that I'm your father, but I think we all know that you guys did not come out of my balls, okay? All right, good talk. They are dogs, so no one calls CPS on me, you know. The one is so delusional though. He thinks that after he takes a shit, if he does one of these things, he's helping her clean it up. But she praises him for it. She's like, oh, good job, such a big boy, cleaning up after yourself. I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna give it a try. Took a shit the other day. Stood up, just wiped, didn't flush, made direct eye contact with her. Walked away. She did not praise me. I was a little offended. It's kind of hurt. I was. I do think I'm getting too comfortable around my girlfriend though. The other day, mid-conversation, he just started picking my nose. So like one of those ones where you're really digging for gold, just going to town. It's that kind of comfortable that you're like, oh, shit, I forgot to brush my teeth. Hey, babe, come here. Is my breath smell bad? Getting too comfortable. I do think there's some things that just 100% shouldn't be done in front of your significant other. For me, that's manscaping. She caught me the other day. It's a little bit emasculating. I had 3 mirrors set up. One in front of me, one underneath me, and one behind me. When she came in, I was doing one of those ones where you bend over, spread the cheeks, trying to clean up the asshole. She walked in and I had to make it seem more manly. I was like, what's up, babe? Didn't work. Felt like a bitch. A little bit about my childhood. Grew up in a strict family. Parents were super religious, super strict. For some reason, they decided they'd skip the whole sex talk with me. So 11-year-old me had no idea how babies were made. The only thing I knew was from the Bible, shit like, King David slept with some bitch and she became pregnant. I was like, holy shit. If I fall asleep beside a girl, she's gonna get pregnant. So like a week later after learning this, went on a road trip with my brother. His girlfriend was sitting beside me. I was like, no one's sleeping here, we're good. Next thing I know, I wake up, she's asleep. I was like, holy shit. I was asleep. She was asleep. We're definitely having twins. Next 9 months of my life were obviously hell because it turns out she was pregnant. I know. But my brother had knocked her up, so I was off the hook on that one. Thank God, I was freaking out. Didn't know how shit worked. I am waiting for the day Apple comes out with the condom though. You know that shit's gonna be dope. Everything else they have, you just hold it by your phone, pairs automatically. Guessing the condom would come, nice little white box. Open it up, hold it by your dick, bing, pairs automatically. You know how many people are gonna start using condoms just because Apple made it? That'd be me. My brother and I are pretty close. We like to do edibles together. One day we decided it'd be a good idea to take an edible before going to dinner with our very religious, very strict parents. So, both take the edible, sit down at dinner. Midway through dinner, he looks at me and gives me one of those high looks. sneezed and farted at the same time. It's like one of those ones where he had to cover his mouth and his ass at the same time. We lost it. I almost shit myself. I needed the adult diapers, not him. Does anybody else think it's annoying how people like to blame some really annoying shit they do on a random diagnosis? I was in line at Starbucks the other day, and a lady was like, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I apologize, you know. Can you just stir my coffee to the left instead of the right? I'm sorry. It's just my OCD. It's like, no, you're just a bitch, Karen. I decided I'm gonna start walking around, pulling my dick out, and be like, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. It's just my BBC. She was diagnosed with cancer a few years ago. She called me up. She's like, hey, I've been doing some research and I heard that, you know what can help. I said, what are you talking about? She's like, you know, the green stuff. It's like, Mom, are you talking about weed? She goes, shh, not over the phone. Text me. I don't think she knows how technology works. That's my time, guys. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name's Rich, and I'm a recovering pastor. It's been 9 years, 8 months, and 14 days since I last dabbled in those acts of the apostles. And I'm grateful I was able to break the icy grip that held on my life. But lately I've been getting into some bad habits. I've been cruising church parking lots on Sunday mornings, hoping to get just a little bump, you know, a little something to take the edge off. But I know once I fall back into it, it's not going to be long till I'm mainlining a Graham or maybe an Osteen every day. I'll end up all strung out in some homeless shelter, serving lunch. I was a pastor for 9 years, and I can tell you what, the interactions with people change when they find out you're a pastor. My favorite interactions, those were with the people who wanted to engage me in theological debate, because what's more fun than that? I ran into a high school basketball coach of mine a couple years ago, sat down on the bench next to him, just like I had for my entire high school basketball career. And he says, Rich, what are you doing now? I said, I'm a pastor at this local church. Yeah, you're right, it's a different church than what I grew up in. How's it different? I mean, they're pretty much the same. The way they baptize is different. One dunks you in water, the other one sprinkles water on your head. Which one's right? Fuck, I don't know. See, I found a long time ago the phrase, fuck, I don't know, got me out of a lot of conversations. I also discovered as a pastor that you want to think twice about anything you type into a Google image search. Let's say, for instance, you're doing a flyer for a children's cornhole event. You might want to think twice about what you've got typed into that search engine before you hit enter and end up on some pedophile's watch list from the FBI. And don't get me started on the tea bags for seniors project. So as an English major in college, that's all right, my dad didn't think it was funny either. An English major, I'm from northern Indiana. What the hell was I thinking, being an English major in northern Indiana? I mean, that's like being a nutritionist for McDonald's or scientist during a pandemic. You may know your stuff, nobody cares, nobody's listening. But an English major. I graduated from college and I did what a lot of English majors do. I went to work in the trailer factories. And, but it worked because one of the guys I worked with, he was a master of the English language. More like he was a master of one word in the English language. He loved the F-bomb. Every other word. He was like an F-carpet bomber, just throwing them everywhere. Fuck this, fucking that, fucking fuckers, fucking up everything. I actually heard him use it as 6 different parts of speech in one sentence. That was amazing. And my boss in the trailer factory, he had his own way with the English language. He didn't quite understand how phrases worked in context to provide meaning. So one time we're talking with a vendor, and the vendor's talking about how high the price on this product had gotten. He said it's higher than the balls on a giraffe. And my boss thought that was the funniest damn thing he'd ever heard in his life. Higher than the balls on a giraffe. He laughed for days. He'd be sitting in his office, and I would hear him every once in a while, higher than the balls on a giraffe. He decided to use it in his own just conversation, but he didn't understand what it meant. So he'd be talking and he'd say, yeah, this product's going really fast. It's faster than the balls on a giraffe. And then he was talking about dinner the other night at his house. He said, yeah, my wife fixed a great meal the other night. It was tastier than the balls on a giraffe. I didn't go to his house for dinner very often. So I just got back from seeing my doctor for my annual physical. She told me I needed to lose weight. So I thought, I'm going to do something fun, make weight loss fun if you can do that. I've done some yoga in the past, some Tai Chi, did a boot camp one time. Came across this thing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Let me tell you, it's amazing. I lost 10 pounds the first week, but I had to quit because the wax kept burning my taint. So a little sadder note here, my mom passed away about 3 years ago. And I will always remember the last words she said to me. We were gathered around her bedside, and we knew she was going to pass here soon. And having a conversation, just me and my siblings, my mom, she said something, I forget exactly what it was, but then I made some smart-ass comment because I had to lighten the mood, and she looked at me with this loving look on her face, and she said, Rich, you're an asshole. Which was the perfect way to end my relationship with my mom, because we had a very special relationship. So special, in fact, that I wanted to memorialize her. So I got the very same tattoo that she got. Sorry, it kind of gets to me a little bit. She had a tattoo of a fox on her lower back. So I got a tattoo of a fox on my lower back. Do you guys want to see my first tattoo? Can you see it? No. No? How about now? No? No? That damn thing must have ducked in the hole. That was my mom's favorite joke. Traumatized us kids for years. Doctors, nurses, didn't matter. Everybody saw the crack in my mom's butt because she was telling that joke. But I hope someday to traumatize my kids in the same way. Because I'm a dad. I've got 3 adult children, 27, 25, and 20. They were the only kids in their classes at school with those names. And I still remember bringing my son home from the hospital for the very first time to our little country house. It was just me, my wife, my son, my wife's dim-witted cat Eddie. And I was scared to death. I mean, I've never been around babies much at all, never babysat. I only ever changed one diaper in my life, and that was for a 47-year-old Bolivian truck driver in the parking lot of a Denny's. So that doesn't really count. So that first Saturday morning of parenthood, I want to prove to my wife that I'm the perfect partner for raising our family together. So I wake up extra early, and I am washing dishes, I'm fixing breakfast, cleaning the house, and then I hear, and I run into the bedroom, grab my son, tell my wife, stay in bed, dear, I got this. And I run back out to the living room, set my son down on the couch, open up the diaper, and my eyes started to water and burn because the smoke from the burning breakfast was filling the house. So I hurry up, change the diaper, and then dim-witted Eddie jumps in front of my son on the couch. And he's looking at my son because by now my son is screaming bloody murder. Ah! Ah! And it's like, okay, how do we shut this thing off. Eddie's looking at me and looking at him. Eddie goes, smack, hits my son in the face. I grab the cat, throw the cat. My son stops crying. The cat hits the wall, and my wife comes screaming out of the bedroom like a bat out of hell. What did you do? Because this is what she heard. She heard, thud. And I had to quickly assess the situation. The cat's playing dead on the floor. My son is sitting there screaming bloody murder. The house is filling with smoke, and my wife is staring me in the face. What did you do? And I said the first words that came into my mind, fuck, I don't know.
So, I think as a society that we have to be nicer to boomers. Now, they're not the most emotionally developed people, but you have to remember they were physically abused as children. Trauma doesn't fade, y'all. You can still test this. Next time you're fighting with your grandparents or your parents, just start taking off your belt and watch the fear and the terror creep up on their face. It's different as a grown man. Where are you at now, Meemaw? Where's your wooden spoon? You shaky ass hoe? So I'm 28 years old and I want to run away. But at this point it's like, just fucking move, dude. You know? Like, man up and get a U-Haul, you know? But I want to run away. I want to go to Los Angeles. Not to be a famous actor or like famous stand-up comedian, no. I just want to work at medieval times. They have a lot of squire position openings, and I really feel like I would thrive as a fake caddy to a pretend knight. Like, I'll brush his horse, I'll carry his shield in a battle, and if need be, I will defend his honor inside the Texas Roadhouse. No cinnamon butter bowls and big-ass waitress will stop me from my duty. You are never off the clock. There's a lot of terrible shit on TV, man. It makes you want to do something. But what are you going to do? You know, we don't really have any power. So I was thinking maybe we could write Netflix and petition them, but like, displaced people, orphans, impoverished people, put them on our favorite TV shows. Shows we already know and love, make it easy for us to watch. Like, let's do The Price is Right, Middle East edition. Instead of household goods, they can guess the price of the weapons that have ravaged their country for the past 20 years. After they guess it right, maybe you can let them keep the weapons. But you have to be careful, because that is trademarks of Clyde Park SW. You don't want to get in trouble there. You could do like Love is Blind, Mexican Refugee Edition. You guys remember that herd of people that was traveling towards the United States that we all forgot about? Let's put them on Love is Blind. If they make the marriage work, we can let them pick out like a kid from the cages, like a dog from the town. But if it's subtitled in Spanish, I won't watch that shit. I don't have the time. You know, not reading. You can't make me read. You guys remember Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Well, let's do Are You Smarter Than a QAnon Supporter? Stone Cold Steve Austin can host it. The loser gets a stunner followed by a fucking lobotomy for the good of America. So I'm an amateur MMA fighter, and if you don't know what that means, I want you guys to close your eyes and think white trash UFC. Instead of performing on ESPN in front of thousands of people, I perform in dive bars, county fairs, and you know, like a hotel banquet room, how it has like those paper walls? Well, we take those apart and makes a big giant room for MMA fights in quinceañeras. That's the only two events that can hold one of those rooms. And there's a lot of weirdness that goes on in an MMA fight, a lot of posers. The weirdest thing is definitely the hug before I enter the cage. Mostly because me and my corpsman have never hugged before, so it's awkward, you know? And he's looking at me, I'm scared, I'm nervous. How you feeling, man? I'm like, I'm terrified. I should get a job that uses my insurance and my degree. I don't know what I'm doing here. He's like, fuck that, brother. I'll see you in Valhalla. I'm like, Valhalla? I don't want to die. What's happening now? Fuck that. Give me a hug. And he embraces me, and I can hear him breathe me in. Just, you smell good. You smell like fear. I love you. It's like, I should pick another thing to do. There's a lot of bad when you lose an MMA fight in front of like 1,000 strangers and your mom waltzed in your underwear. It's none of those things. That's why I work out. The worst part is definitely the medical check after the fight, because A doctor interviews me, and based on my answers, the state of Michigan decides how long I'm suspended for being a loser. And he's annoyed because all the other fighters have lied to him. At this point in time, he knows, and he's worried about his medical license or some shit, so he's pissed off. He's letting me know about it. So he's like, son, I don't know if you know this, but by the end of that fight, that man punched you 34 times in the face, unanswered. A lot of bruises, a lot of swelling. Do you want a bag of ice? I'm going to guess not. I'm like, wow, 34 punches. You really didn't need to tell me that there. That was a bunch of unnecessary information, but I'm fine here. Thank you so much for these. I don't know. Well, at the beginning of the second round, you threw 4 very uncoordinated head kicks. You embarrassed yourself. You embarrassed your family. Tell us, it wasn't okay. Would you like a bag of ice for your foot? I'm like, no, sir, I would not like a bag of ice. But once again, I feel like this is a lot of information that I did not need to know. Well, son, before you go, let me ask you this right there when the man was finished, you in front of God and everybody. Did you know that he could have fucked you in the middle of the ring right there? I'm like, why are you being mean to me? You know what hurts, sir? My heart, my torso, my achy, breaky heart. And he took out his clipboard, he wrote that shit down. I got suspended for 30 days. That's some bullshit. I hate kids. I found that out as a substitute teacher. That's the worst job in the world. They cyberbullied me. They found my Tinder profile. They took screenshots of it. They sent it around the school. They gathered collectively to confront me the next day. Mr. Lyons, who's Avril Lavigne and why is she on your car karaoke set list? I'm a millennial. It's complicated. Leave me alone. Sir, your rendition for Superman last Halloween, it seemed rather slutty. Tell us, did it get cold in those tights? That one hurt me deep. I thought I'd stuffed those tights rather well. I had to go and take those pictures off my Tinder. But sir, tell us, do you really long for a woman with quote-unquote Serena Williams shoulders to carry you out of a bar fight? Yeah, that one's true. That one's just plain old true. I've been into those shoulders since 2004. I cannot help it. I will not change it. You cannot make me. But I got back on Tinder, because fuck those kids. I deserve love too, you know what I mean? But it's hurt my confidence. I'm not getting very many matches. I edit my pictures, I changed the bio, I even paid the $19.99 a month for all the perks and shit. I can see who likes me. That's embarrassing to say in front of a room full of people, but I keep doing it and I don't know why. So I thought, like, you know, since I'm having trouble with dudes, maybe I should switch the settings. I can see who likes me. Show my profile to some fellas. Honey, dicks, and buddies, and do a free dinner, maybe too. I don't know. I had better luck in the gay community, y'all. Once, on site, a waiter told me that I made his butthole wink. I didn't fucking know he could do that. I ain't never done that. I never heard of a lady tell me about her butthole winking. I'm like, okay, this seems new. I didn't know I could do a new thing. So I manned up. I switched those settings. I left it there all night. And I fell asleep. I woke up the next morning. I had 300 likes on my Tinder. Doctors, lawyers, small business owners. It's not me, ladies, it's you. Having sex as a gay man is easy. It's like when they pull the goalie in hockey. All you gotta do is shoot, and you will score. But you can't control your boners, y'all. If I could, I would just let these dudes gorilla fuck me already, you know what I mean? So I thought maybe, I don't know, we could do the opposite of like a pray the gay away camp. Maybe you could pray some gay into me. So if you please join me in prayer and bow your heads. Dear gay Jesus, in your pink crop top and your rainbow Gucci daddy shorts, looking fine as hell, shredded in fact, same sandals. The crucifix is a little different with the ball gang, but Lord, I'm down. I'm so fucking down. Please, God, give me the will, the perseverance and the strength to let some stranger take me to Craig's Cruisers after this and trespass into my fine ass. In your name we pray. Amen. And praise be God. Do you think you'd fuck gay Jesus, sir? Maybe not. No, I'm gonna say no, but maybe not. It's okay. I don't think I'd fuck gay Jesus either. You know? I think he's gonna fuck me. My name's Alexander Lyons, guys. Thank you so much.
So my dad's a pretty cool guy. He used to cut my hair. And I thought I had a cool haircut back then. It was a bowl cut. But you know, I had a speech impediment, as you can tell with some of the words that come out of my mouth. I had a bowl cut. I thought it was a bowl cut. You know, B-U-L-L. Don't mess with the bowl or you're gonna get the fucking horse! More like, don't mess with the bowl. Suit's hot! Got blood! Is this gazpacho? Watermelon and tomato? Is this a little cucumber and Greek yogurt at the bottom? This is fucking great! I thought it was so cool in like second grade when I had my bowl cut and my tap shoes on and I just walked in the cafeteria. I don't know if you've seen a bowl cut recently. They're coming back, I swear to God, we'll see. The 80s are back, so my bowl cut will bounce when I shuffle ball changed into the cafeteria and I play Magic the Gathering. I was the lamest, coolest kid at that table. You guys have been great. You notice I'm pretentious? Oh yeah, give it up for you. Yeah, no, you, no. I just blocked my sister on my phone 5 minutes before taking the stage. Told her to fuck off at least 18 times. Meltdown. I'm not joking. I'm an honest person. Maybe that's why I got fired. I'm drinking red wine. Is anyone else drinking wine? No, I'm pretentious as fuck. I'm from Chicago. Deep dish, piece of shit pizza. I'll say it. I also don't like cheese. Yeah, I mean now you like me and hate me. Like you don't like deep dish, great. You don't like cheese, get the fuck out. Great. Get the fuck out. Great. You sound like Rebecca. So yeah, I lost my job. That was great. But turning 33, my wife turned 33. I am married, so things are going okay. Any people married in here? Besides Travis? How long? Fuck! I'm at 3. I thought I had, you know, so I've been married for 3 years and I keep making the argument, you know, college degrees you can get in 4. I basically have that. If I use my AP credits for Caitlin Cronin when I was 16, I have a degree in marriage. Do you have any advice for anyone in the room? What? Oh my God, it's so true. Communication. Now I'll get back to that, because I want to talk about communication, but I do want to tell you I paid off my car. I'm gonna brag, and I was told 2 days later after I turned 33 and was fired. I don't have a car or a fucking job, guys. I can't have a frick. Literally yesterday I came home to my parents' house. And we were just chatting, keeping my dad busy, you know, keeping him busy. And my dad just says, with no preamble, I wasn't talking about doing this. He says, you know, no one thinks you're funny. Ask anyone. And I was like, cool, I'm doing 20 minutes tomorrow night.